Well, welcome back. This week is sure to make history on Capitol Hill. House lawmakers preparing for the first public impeachment hearing into President Donald Trump. Today, the president took to Twitter pushing back on that inquiry, and he accused Congressman Adam Schiff of releasing doctored witness transcripts and said Republicans should put out their own transcripts. He's also calling for an investigation into the whistleblower. This as Wednesday and Friday, career diplomats will testify before the House Intelligence Committee, voicing their concerns over the president's actions toward Ukraine. And our D.C. correspondent Raquel Martin joins us live now. Raquel, what should we expect this week?
Eugene, after weeks of closed-door depositions, Democrats are certainly looking forward to bringing this investigation out of the shadows and into the public eye, where they can lay out their case for impeachment to the American people. Now, they say that the witnesses' testimonies will corroborate that of the whistleblower who accuses the president of abusing his office, and withholding military funds for Ukraine in exchange for political dirt on the Bidens. Now, Democrats say that the evidence showed there is a clear quid pro quo there, but the president denies that. And the Republicans, you can expect them to back that up come Wednesday and Friday when these public hearings kick off. Now, they say there is still no evidence showing that the president abused his power and, more importantly, that he did anything that was impeachable. They say that this is just a political sham, and they're now calling on their own set of witnesses to corroborate their story, which is that the president was simply calling for an investigation into corruption and Ukraine. But so far, Democrats are denying that request.
Obviously, Republicans and Democrats are on completely different pages when it comes to impeachment. So will these hearings make a difference?
Well, right now, public opinion polls show that people are split down party lines. So it's largely going to come down to a small pool of independent voters where lawmakers are going to try to sway public opinion. Now, despite that, the House is controlled by Democrats, and they still have enough votes to move this impeachment inquiry forward. So it's really going to come down to the GOP-controlled Senate. And right now, not one senator on the GOP side is backing impeachment. But that doesn't mean that these public hearings can't sway them. So you got to be on the lookout to see if there's going to be any swayable information that'll come out during these public hearings in the next coming weeks.
All right, so we're talking about impeachment because obviously that is really taking center stage. But with the end of the year coming closer, there's still no budget in sight. So could we be headed towards another government shutdown?
Well, lawmakers certainly hope not. After last year, we saw thousands of government workers go without pay for weeks. So right now, we're looking at a lot of debate over these long-term spending bills, things like a defense bill, and there really is no traction on those. So we're hearing more so now that lawmakers are pivoting towards another short-term plan, because the short-term plan going on right now, it ends November 21st, which is just obviously 10 days away. So it looks like the House might be rolling out a vote on the 18th to pass another short-term spending bill to get us through another period of time until we're right back in the same situation.
All right, Raquel, as always, thank you. I'm sure there's a lot of people who hope not to get into another government shutdown. Raquel Martin, our D.C. correspondent, live from D.C. Thanks, Raquel.